Former Strictly Come Dancing star Greg Rutherford caused alarm yesterday when he began screaming in pain, leading his terrified wife to rush him to the hospital. Greg Rutherford was rushed to hospital yesterday after a massive allergic reaction saw a rash cover his whole body. The retired athlete and former Strictly Come Dancing star was found by his wife Susie Verrill clawing at his skin and screaming repeatedly. She told All in an Instagram post that Shed feared he might stop breathing as they rushed to get medical assistance. Susie only passed her driving test 3 months ago and found herself racing to avoid waiting for an ambulance. Had quite literally the scariest time of my life yesterday, she told her 124,000 followers. It had all started off calmly enough with a Sunday roast when she got a frantic text from her husband warning he'd had an allergic reaction to something and felt intensely itchy. I didn't think much of it until he rang me screaming 2 minutes later. And I mean screaming. She continued. He shouted, "You need to get here now," and so I drove back to our house while calling an ambulance, terrified I was about to get home and find him not breathing. Concerned by how long the ambulance might take, and distressed by Greg's continuous screaming, she opted to take him to hospital herself. He was acting like one of those people you see in videos where they've taken bath salts. He was clawing at his skin and just screaming repeatedly. She stated, "He ran to our car and while I rang 999 again to say I'd have to take him, we had to run every red light and I had to focus on not crashing while he screamed and tried to grab the wheel," Susie continued. "He was delirious and I looked like I was kidnapping him," she said of the former Olympic champion and Celebrity MasterChef winner. She added that the experience was a nightmare as she was just waiting for him to stop breathing while trying not to crash. When the anxious pair arrived, Susie then described him as a 6 feet 3 inches bloke acting like a psychopath. But fortunately a dose of antihistamines and steroids started to work on the pain immediately. He was discharged from hospital just 3 hours later, with the couple still none the wiser about what could have sparked the sudden and crippling symptoms. "We did nothing differently yesterday in terms of eating or drinking, but the only snack he ate was nuts. Could he have just developed an allergy? Do we think?" Greg's bewildered wife quizzed her followers. The doctor had suggested a viral illness could have caused the rash, but Susie, who shares 3 children with him, was skeptical. He hadn't seen how much pain Greg was in on arrival. "This is a bloke who shrugs off a grumbling appendix," she exclaimed. Susie, who has revealed she has already had 500 messages from concerned followers wanting to help, added that Greg is due to have tests today to try to pinpoint the cause. Meanwhile, Greg had his own say about the traumatizing health scare over on his Instagram account, describing it as a massive allergic reaction to something. No idea what. Apologizing to nurses for his screaming, he shuddered. "I was trying to get my skin off, it was so bad. I am going to have to get some tests done to figure out what it was, as I never want to experience that again."